Welcome to Holy Ghosting. I'm your host, Meg Weber. This 2025 season, we are going to have a few changes. If you have been a ghostie and been with us since the beginning, thank you. I am so glad you're here and welcome back. As you all know, Lindsay has taken a break from the podcast and so has Sarai. They've both been focusing on their families, working well over full time, and focus on their own communities and personal resistances. Our past experiences have absolutely informed who we are, and it's been our focus these past few seasons on Holy Ghosting. But I'm ready to talk about our present and, more importantly, our futures. As a collective and as sovereign individuals, we all have an opportunity to thrive. Even in the current climate that Americans are dealing with right now, how many marginalized communities are under attack, are being threatened, and are exposed to extreme traumas and distress. It feels helpless. I've definitely felt that way. But you know what? They trained me to be an evangelist. And I believed so wholeheartedly in the things that they taught me when I was a child that I even did things I was really uncomfortable with, like going out on the mission field, standing up in front of a congregation, sharing the ways that everything in my life were because of God. Everything good, that is. But I didn't like being in front of the camera, in front of people, being the center of attention or having a spotlight on me. But I found myself in that position only because I wanted to give God glory. My career even took me behind the camera. I was a producer for almost 20 years and behind the scenes, never in the hot seat. But there came a point when I hit my fuck it 40s, as you know, that I didn't want to be caged anymore or locked away from my feelings forever. I was ready to finally talk on a hot mic, but I absolutely knew I didn't want to do it alone. This podcast started because of the opportunity for 3 middle-aged mom friends to talk about their deconstruction stories. I really did not understand how deeply embedded I was, how my brain, my functions as a human were controlled by the way that I was taught to be in the world. I've dealt with my own mental health issues, with medical issues that have taken me away from the past life that I knew in so many different ways. But I'm back and I'm ready to evangelize, except this time I'm going to evangelize resistance. I'm going to evangelize personal sovereignty and figuring out who you are and showing up. I didn't always do it, and you probably didn't either. But if you want to go along on this journey with me, I'd love for you to. I'm going to be posting a lot more on social media, YouTube, and TikTok until something happens that knocks me off. So we'll see how long that lasts on the internet. But the main thing that I want to talk about is how to show up in your daily life, in your community, your family, with your neighbors, your literal neighbors that live across the street and next to you. Go to your kid's school that you see in the checkout line. And not just the people that are in your daily real life, but the people that are in your parasocial neighborhood. Those of us that have been interacting for years with one another, sharing our stories, feeling like we're not alone. We have all been raised in a culture that has brought us to the white Christian nationalism that we see right now in charge of our country. So let's show up together. We know that one of the first acts of resistance is to rest, to recuperate, to be in our bodies and ground and know that we are sovereign unto ourselves and that collectively we can do more than we can do alone. I've been taking time to listen and to learn from Black and Indigenous women, and I'm happy to share what I've learned so that I can take some of the labor and questions away from them and allow them more rest and more space. I would love to be a person that you can come to, that we can have open conversations about racism, transphobia, abortion rights, and immigration. These are conversations that we never had as kids. And particularly for me, growing up in a very Christian and white community, I had to unlearn a lot of bullshit, like a lot. Some of that I've shared, and I will definitely talk more about the things that I have learned and ways that I have grown. And I hope that you guys will continue to share the ways that you've learned and grown too, because we got to do this shit together. We cannot do it alone. I certainly can't do it alone. I've tried. It doesn't work. But some of you might be wondering, is holy ghosting changing? Like, yes, but no. I mean, we'll always be ghosting, right? Like whatever we thought was holy. Instead of striving for perfection, though, I'm now striving for contentment. And this is a safe place to admit our past, the wrongs that we've done, the things that we did in the name of the Lord, as fervent as we were and as righteous as we thought it was. Turns out it wasn't. But this is a safe space to learn and grow and make an impact on the world around us. So I'd like to leave you with a challenge for the week. I'm going to ask you to walk around your neighborhood, maybe at dusk every night, or visit a local library, a park, or some other free space that's in your community. Not with an agenda, but just with the openness to connect with another human and to start to find connections with people in your neighborhood. Introduce yourself. Be awkward. Everyone is. It's really hard to make friends, especially as an adult. Those are, sometimes hard relationships to navigate, but we can do it if we do this challenge together. I always thought that introducing myself, walking up to them and telling them my name was weird. Like, why would they want to know me? I understand that feeling. The only thing that broke that for me was when I did hold a position of power, when I would walk onto a set and I needed the crew to know what I was there for and what authority I had. So I had to walk in and introduce myself, look everyone in the eye, shake their hands. They were mostly men, and it was intimidating, but I had a job to do, and I knew I was good at my job. Translating that into friendships or meeting new people outside of business, though, was really, really challenging for me. So I get it. Trust me, though, you are somebody that people should know. So introduce yourself to me and then go do it in the real world. We'll see how we do together. We can make change. We are change. I'm sending you all my love, good vibes, and hopes that sometime next week you may have made a new friend, or at least put yourself out there and introduced yourself to somebody new. It never hurts to ask somebody's name again the next time you see them. So don't be shy. Get out there and introduce yourself to somebody. You might just walk away with a new friend. Every act of resistance matters. And if you're looking for more inspiration, join me next week for a conversation with Britt Koch. She is a Native woman, a wellness guide, and a firm believer that rest is resistance and knowledge is power. So don't fret, ghosties. We're in this together. This season, the conversations we're going to have will challenge your past belief system, encourage you to take action, and help you heal. So buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. Sarai will be back for many of our conversations, and we'll definitely be hosting High Times with the Most High. Some of your favorites will be back, and some new faces will join us. I can't wait. See you next week, ghosties.